I feel good to be Cambodian, you know what I mean? Because that's all I can see. I'm Cambodian. You know, I feel it from inside and outside.
I don't know. I can understand Cambodian, but I can't speak it well. That's it.
Like we adapt to everything so much. Like I don't really know like the Cambodian culture though. I just know it's like a lot of religion, like you know, Buddhist temple and all that. But you know, really though, I'm just like I'm so used to the like American culture because I was born here, you know. So no, I'm just American to me.
Oh, I'm proud to be Cambodian. You know what I mean? Not much people like, you know, out there representing.
I'm starting off as an American kind of, you know, trying to be Cambodian.
Yeah, like you know how we go to temple and stuff, like you get blessed and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, yeah, I don't know, they hit you with water and stuff. I don't really understand what's the meaning of it.
Right now, like I feel Cambodian right now. I don't know why.
ហើយចំណែកកូនក៏ចឹងដែរកូនចង់តាំងពីដើមចេះតែសុំឲ្យខ្ញុំមកឲ្យទៅរំលបាំអីចឹងទៅចោះឈ្មោះជាមួយអ្នកគ្រូគេមកវិញគេប្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាខ្ញុំទៅចោះឈ្មោះជាមួយអ្នកគ្រូរៀនលបាំហើយអញ្ចឹងណាឃើញកូនខ្ញុំប្រឹងប្រែងខំហាត់លបាំនឹងមកផ្ទះវិញមិនដែលមានពេលសម្រាប់អីតែខ្ញុំស្ដីថាអត់ចេះខ្មាស់គេទេហាត់លបាំទាំងយប់ទាំងថ្ងៃហើយវាចេះតែប្រឹងប្រែងរហូតដល់ខ្ញុំក៏មានមោទនភាពចំពោះកូនខ្ញុំដែលបានអ្នកគ្រូយកចិត្តទុកដាក់បង្ហាត់បង្រៀនព្រោះខ្ញុំតាំងពីដើមមកខ្ញុំមិនសូវជាដែរស្គាល់រឿងវប្បធម៌រឿងអីទាំងអស់ដល់មកឃើញកូនខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសប្បាយចិត្តរំភើបចំពោះកូន
Seasons of Migration is a dance about culture shock. Like all immigrants, I experienced the pain and the joys of of adjusting to life in the new countries and new culture. To reflect of this experience of transformations of identities, I had choreographed a piece of Cambodian classical dance called Season of Migrations, which is an attempt to address the contemporary issues, the themes of culture shock, and express it through Cambodian classical dance form. Season of Migrations is a Cambodian classical dance that is performed in 4 sections, with each section representing a stage of culture shock.
ក្នុងរឿង Season of Migration ហ្នឹងចំពោះខ្ញុំយល់ថាវាជារឿងជីវិតពិតនៅក្នុងការរស់នៅហើយវាបញ្ជាក់ពីលក្ខណៈមួយដែលការរស់នៅរវាងបើយើងគិតទៅថារវាងពីប្រទេសមួយទៅប្រទេសមួយយើងមានការរស់នៅខុសប្លែកពីគ្នាដល់អញ្ចឹង season ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំយល់ថាគេចង់និយាយពីការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៃរដូវឬក៏ការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៃការរស់នៅរវាងពីប្រទេសមួយទៅប្រទេសមួយ
In everyday life, you could see that we learn about mythology because mythology provides lessons for us about love, about betrayal, about persistence of achieving a certain goal, and about doing good things to the universe. instead of having we learning, taking the mythology and refer to our life, I take a contemporary experience and turn it into mythology. When the dancer placing their hand up on their forehead, this means to greet the divine. And then when they bring down their hand to their chest, this is the greeting of human. But for season euphoria, I have it reversed. We started from greeting the human and then up to the heaven. The first stage of seasons of migration is called Tevada Date, which means euphoria. The divinity arrive on earth. They are full of excitement. Everything around them seems wonderful and exotic. They move about the human worlds like soldiers marching off to war, full of enthusiasm and wonder. Five gods and five goddesses descend down from heaven to earth. They move down to earth. They look at nature, and then they look at way of people are moving about, and then they look at structure.
I was like 3 years old when I came, but I remember a lot of like the different places we went through when we came here, like the train ride and stuff like that, and also like the airplane arrival. Like I remember seeing like the lights for the first time, and I had never seen anything like that, you know.
មកដល់ដំបងរំភើបដែលយើងមិនដែលឃើញណាឃើញភ្លើងក៏ច្រើនផ្លូវថ្នល់គេក៏ច្រើនហើយដូចថាស្រុកគេមានរបៀបរបបអីអញ្ចឹងណាចារំភើប
I think just like anybody who's from a third world country, for example, like us, coming here, the first thing is like, you know, it's, everybody says like it's paradise, all the lights and, you know, just touchdown from day one. It's like lights everywhere. Well, through the people that came during my time, you know, there was the war and all, through the Khmer Rouge, there was no lights.
I feel like when I get off the plane, it's new to me because it's the United States and I never been here and it's so cold. That's how I feel the first thing because I came on around December and I stopped in Alaska, the first stop. សូមជំរាបថាកំប្លែងមួយថាខ្ញុំរៀននឹងរៀនមុខទួចាមើលសូកចាជំនាន់ហ្នឹងមកឲ្យពាក្យរាល់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងមួយប្អូនស្រីខ្ញុំហ្នឹងមើលនាំនេះមើលហ្នឹងយូរទៅពាក្យដែលហ្នឹងវាចាំចា
I was happy, you know. I meant like, I remember sleeping in a room for the first time by myself and felt so proud of that.
We went to the supermarket, my older brother and then we just stood there and amazed of all the foods, freshness, and again we amazed that, look, you know, you can walk freely.
This hand can be a symbol of this barrier, symbolic barrier of between the personal and the external world.
ការដែលខ្ញុំមកដល់រៀននៅ Wesleyan University ហ្នឹងនៅជំហានទី1ដែលខ្ញុំឈានចូលដល់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យ Wesleyan ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ប្លែកមែនតើកាលនោះខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាវាថ្មីសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំណាហើយខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ដូចវង្វេងហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំត្រូវការរៀនសូត្រច្រើនណាពីតាំងពីជាការរស់នៅតាំងពីសម្របសម្រួលខ្លួនខ្ញុំឲ្យចូលចុះជាមួយគេហើយតាំងពីចំណេះដឹងទូទៅនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំមកដល់គេមានការជួបជុំរវាងកូនសិស្សអន្តរជាតិជុំគ្នាពីមានប្រទេសចាមេកាប្រទេសកម្ពុជាប្រទេសកូរ៉េជប៉ុនហ្នឹងហើយពួកយើងបានស្គាល់គ្នានឹងពេលហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍សប្បាយចិត្តព្រោះអីខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាខ្ញុំមានមិត្តភ័ក្តិប៉ុន្តែនៅពេលដែលយើងបែកគ្នានៅពេលដែលយើងដល់ថ្ងៃចូលរៀនហ្នឹងនាងខ្ញុំដើរទៅរៀនហ្នឹងនាងខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាដូចជាស្ងាត់ហើយនាងខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ដូចជាឯកោ
កាលពីដើមមានចិត្តគិតនឹកថាជីវិតចេះតែរសាត់អណ្ដែតមកដូចចតអ្នកគ្រូសួរអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែដល់នៅរស់នៅយូរទៅ ចាត់ទុកថាផ្ទះសង្ងាយនេះដូចជាកន្លែងរបស់យើងរស់នៅចា
You know, just like you put the needle in the in the ocean, you never know what happened and what was going on for the next month, next year. That's what we try so hard.
មីងមកមុនដំបូងមីងមានអារម្មណ៍ថាមីងមិនដឹងថារកការងារអីធ្វើប្រុសមីងអត់ចេះអង់គ្លេសប្រុសមីងអត់ដឹងទីដៅថាដើរទៅណាប្រុសមីងអត់ស្គាល់ផ្លូវនោះមានអារម្មណ៍មួយពិបាកក្នុងខ្លួនមីងដែរ
My dad used to be an officer. For many years, he joined the French army during the French was there. He speaks fluent French, and now he couldn't communicate. My parents didn't feel comfortable at all living here, although they brought us here. They were grateful to be here, but they didn't feel at home. My dad didn't go out to socialize too much. I had to invite him many times to come over to the community. I literally had to go there and pick him up, take him to campgrounds, and I talked to him quite a bit. But when I talk to him, I don't talk about America so much. I talk about the good old days.
ខ្ញុំមកដល់ដីអាមេរិកនេះគឺមានការលំបាកទី1គឺលំបាករឿងភាសាហើយនឹងលំបាករឿងជាដល់ពេលនៅយូរទៅខ្ញុំចិត្តនឹកទៅស្រុកណាមួយនឹកឪពុកម្ដាយដែលគាត់នៅចាស់ហើយអត់មានកូននៅចិត្តចាដល់អញ្ចឹងទៅខ្ញុំចិត្តជួនកាលកេងយំអ្នកគ្រូចានឹកផ្ទះនឹកស្រុកកំណើត
He was so important way back. He was very useful to his nation. Now whatever he knew, it's all obsolete. And the only time that he happy seeing us growing up, went to school. My younger brother also went to school, and I took him to Cal State Language, and he felt so fantastic. He said, I made it. I brought all of you here, and then he keep reminded us. So we have to work as hard. He said, look, this is the reason why I brought all of you. If it were just your mom and I better off staying in Phnom Penh. And he was right, because most of his buddy right now, they're very, very powerful. And they are younger, right? They're junior than him.
ពូមកមុនពូមិននៅឡោះសង់លេនឹងឯកាពូមកហ្នឹងពូមានអារម្មណ៍ឯកោដូចជាមកពួកមួយទៀតដែលរស់នៅស្រុកគេដែលមិនសូវចេះភាសាល្អអន់ហើយជាពិសេសគឺទំនៀមទម្លាប់ culture របស់គេហ្នឹងវាខុសពីគេរបស់យើងស្របតែស្រុកយើងមកដល់ទៅកន្លែងហ្នឹងក៏ខ្មែរកន្លែងនោះខ្មែរជាភាសារបស់ខ្មែរទាំងអស់តែមកដល់សង្គ្រាមអាមេរិកនេះចូលមកដល់ហ្នឹងគឺសិទ្ធិជនជាតិគេទាំងអស់ហើយភាសារបស់គេទាំងអស់ហើយអ្វីៗទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងទំនៀមទម្លាប់របស់គេខុសគ្នាយើងទាំងអស់ហើយតែមានអារម្មណ៍ខ្លាចមានអារម្មណ៍ភ័យមានអារម្មណ៍នឹកស្រុកនឹកប្រទេស
My big issue was when I was younger, I remember these things vividly, that I said I wanted to dye my hair blonde, I wanted to get a nose job, and I wanted to change my name.
I first started with a restaurant. I was cleaning bathroom, that's why my tears come down, because I was a middle-class kid back in Cambodia. I have a maid, and now I become a cleaner. Actually, yeah, it's very emotional at that time. Yeah.
ទីពីរទៀតដល់ពេលយើងនៅយូរទៅទីមួយយើងអត់ចេះភាសាគេដល់អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាយើងចង់ធ្វើដូចគេណាយើងចង់ថាយើងនិយាយឲ្យបានដូចគេប៉ុន្តែតាមការពិតយើងអត់ចេះភាសាហើយទីពីរទៀតយើងថាយើងមិននៅអញ្ចឹងហើយយើងដូចជនជាតិគេអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែពេលមួយនោះយើងនឹកឃើញថាទោះបីយើងខំធ្វើដូចគេមិនក៏យើងនៅតែជាខ្មែរដល់អញ្ចឹងអ្នកខ្លះធុញថប់នឹងជីវិតណាដូចថាជីវិតមករស់នៅនឹងធ្វើមិនឲ្យដូចគេដល់អញ្ចឹងអាស្បៃហ្នឹងមានន័យថាដូចជីវិតយើងអញ្ចឹងយើងចង់កាត់ថាយើងមិនមែនខ្មែរប៉ុន្តែ
Now in ordinary gesture way of behaving, you pick up something and you tear. This is how you tear. But in the dance, we have to stylize this movement. So the tearing can be like this, or can be like
កទៅថ្ងៃណាមួយយើងគេងទៅយើងនឹកឃើញថាអូទោះបីយើងថាខ្លួនយើងមិនមែនខ្មែរក៏សារជាតិយើងគឺដើមកំណើតក៏នៅជាខ្មែរមកហើយដូចស្បែកយើងចង់ទាញវាឲ្យដាច់ថាំងឲ្យវាខ្លីថាំងយើងដូចគេដូចឯងប៉ុន្តែតាមការពិតយើងគិតថាយើងមានពណ៌សម្បុរមួយដែលខុសពីលក្ខណៈគេដទៃទៀត
The second stage of seasonal migration is called Nieng Nie, which is about rejection. In this section, a female serpent moves through the forest and then she climbs up on a foundations of a ruined temple. She says, "My name is Nieng Nie, and I come from a very long lineage." Then she continued her journey through the forest, unaware of her tail. When she turned around, her tail wrapped around her leg. She became confused. and upset with Hotel. And she started to tear it off. And because her tail is part of her flesh and blood, it caused her pains. And finally, she pushed it away and turned away from it. In these moments, the music is slow. The sounds of the lower or the bass xylophone and the bass gong, and with a deep sound of the drums, slow beating, create a sense of a moment of reflection for her. She picked up her tail and embraced it. She realized that her tails make her unique, and that instead of rejecting it, she comes to accept it as part of her identity.
At first, it would not be easy for people who live in another country, because you always meet obstacles such as a language barrier, culture, things like that. But after a while, you feel a little bit comfortable, and you can adapt yourself to the new society.
For the first time, I feeling that way is about after 5 years. I feel like, I can, walk into something that, I can try, step by step. Yeah, after 5 years.
I went to Los Angeles High School. Los Angeles High School, we have about 40% African American students there. So I went there, and all they speaking English, but African American English, so it's tough for me to understand their street talk. Once in a while, I feel bad about it, but I feel bad that I wish that I'm one of them.
I had to learn how to do everything, like shopping. We don't have a shopping center.
We see everybody like do something so fast, so quick, and like we still like sometimes even we walk, it's still walk like our back home culture. We walk like small steps. We don't walk like a big step. But when now we get used to like a few years, and then we see everybody walks fast, stuff like that, and then we're used to it, because that's part of life here. You have to be fast and quick. Yeah.
The third section of Seasons of Migration is called Sramal Ning Amri, which reflects the feeling of adjustment. Amri, who dressed in red skirt, posed as if she is in hiding. 3 dancers wearing gold costume enter from the left, represent the light, and light represent the future. Amri is attracted to light. She says, "Light is so beautiful and bright." 3 dancers behind Amri, dressed in dark costume, represent the shadow, and shadow represents the past. The choreography in this section is based on the interplay of shadow and light, or past and future. Ning Amri, who represents the spirit of the present, eagerly tries to avoid her shadows by moving toward the light. When this fails, she comes to understand that her shadows and light, past and future, are equal parts of who she is, and that she can only move forward with both. Amri starts her journey at the same speed and pace with the light. This gesture, left hand is high, right hand is low, and deep down, mark point 1 in her journey into the future. But as she turned around, Amri saw the shadow follows her, and she didn't like that. Amri tell her shadows to go away. But she forgot that the closer to light she moved, she will cast the shadow. And she tried again to push her shadow away, to stop them from following her. Whether you want it or not, the shadow will follow you. So the shadow that represents your past, whether you or not you like that past, whether that past represents pride or shame, it will come with you. Our frustrations, Omri ran away, escaped, to be by herself, to be in the present, forget the past and the future. In this moment, the light and the shadow, the future and the past reach over toward each other, build connections with each other in friendship. All together come to surround Omri by building a bridge through their arms, but Omri rejects them. They try to build that connection again, and she accepts. They all enjoy their friendship and continue their journey into the future together.
បើគិតទៅខ្ញុំគិតថាជាមីសងសែនមួយសម្រាប់អ្នកដឹកនាំរឿងដូចថាអ្នកដឹកនាំរឿងស្រឡាញ់ថាតំណឹងត្រូវលឿនដូច្នេះអ្នកសម្ដែងហើយអ្នកភ្លេងនឹងត្រូវធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យស៊ីគ្នា
មើលទៅតាមលក្ខណៈក្បាច់ណាដែលយើងថាវាដាក់ទៅស៊ី
Once the beat is so fast, the dancing lose its essence, lose its spirituality. So once we recognize that, we said, should we slow down so that the movement could be executed with full energies and not shorten.
បើចំពោះខ្ញុំគិតថាដូចជាមិនខុសទេសំខាន់មុននឹងសម្ដែងអញ្ចឹងឲ្យយើងប្រមូលអារម្មណ៍មូលមានន័យថាអ្នកទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងប្រៀបដូចជាទស្សនិកជនដែលកំពុងមើលយើងអញ្ចឹងពេលខ្លះខ្ញុំគិតថាអ្នកភ្លេងហ្នឹងហាក់បីដូចជាទស្សនិកជនមិនមែនជាអ្នកភ្លេងទេសំខាន់ទៅលើអារម្មណ៍ដែលយើងប្រមូលចាមិនគិតថាឆាកនៅតាណាឬក៏
The fourth section of Seasons of Migration is called Harihara, which expresses the feeling of equilibrium. As the divinities adjust to life on earth, they gain a sense of balance in which they feel comfortable with who they are in this new place. The choreography in these sections depicts the pre-Angkorian deity Harihara, who combines the attribute of Shiva and Vishnu, so the dance is performed in pairs. Although little is known about Harihara, his creation seems to symbolize the middle path, which leads to harmony. I could see myself as Cambodian American, and being a Cambodian American, I maintain both Cambodian and American. These two identities combined together, and I think I like that. I think that it makes me a better person to have these two identities.
មានចិត្តនឹកដែរគឺថាមករស់នៅស្រុកគេសិតតែជនជាតិគេតែយើងដូចថាយើងមិនមានចិត្តខ្មាស់គេដែរណាមកនៅប្រហែលជា20ឆ្នាំហើយអត់មានចេះភាសាខ្ញុំដូចមានការខ្មាស់អៀនថ្លៃហ្នឹងឯងចាវា
The Cambodian Asian way of feeling is different than American way. I like to think myself as Cambodian, but many Cambodian, many of my friends think that I'm not. So I am between an American and Cambodian.
Well, nothing is like America, such as freedom and freedom of right or speech or the opportunity to do anything as far as school, work, business. I guess I'm 50-50. I'm a Cambodian American, but I have a lot of tradition in me.
ខ្ញុំនៅតែមានបំណងចង់ទៅវិញចឹងតែក៏ប៉ុន្តែកូនចៅដែលខ្ញុំដែលវាបានមកដល់ស្រុកនេះហើយវាអត់មានចង់ទៅវិញទេហើយខ្ញុំក៏ដូចគ្នាខ្ញុំទៅតាមកូនចៅហ្នឹងទៅតាមកូនទៅតាមអីទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងគេថាຕົកចិត្តរស់នៅកន្លែងនេះចឹង
I believe Long Beach is the right place, and also that my home is in Long Beach. Right? So still, the big part of my feeling is still in Cambodia.
ចាស់ខ្ញុំដូចអារម្មណ៍ខ្ញុំហ្នឹងថាឥឡូវហ្នឹង California ហ្នឹង Long Beach ហ្នឹងជាភូមិរបស់ខ្ញុំស្រុករបស់ខ្ញុំហ្នឹងណាព្រោះចៅហ្នឹងនៅស្រឡាញ់ចៅច្រើនមកហើយមកទៅនៅផែទៅដល់ចៅហ្នឹងពេញកំមុំពេញអីបើថាចានៅនឹងរហូតដែរចា
នៅនេះច្រើនជាងហេតុអីព្រោះមីងនៅស្រុកខ្មែរព្រោះមីងអត់មានបងប្អូនហើយដូចថាមីងមិនដឹងជាទីពឹងណាមកដល់កន្លែងនេះហើយមានស្រុកគេអង្គការគេជួយមីងបានដូចថាមីងចង់នៅកន្លែងទីនេះព្រោះបានមកយូរហើយដូចថាធ្លាប់ដូចយើងនៅស្រុកខ្មែរដែរតែបើយើងមីងចង់ទៅស្រុកខ្មែរវិញមីងមានបងប្អូនតែមីងមិនដឹងទៅពឹងអ្នកណាទៀត ឲ្យកូនបានរៀនចេះដឹងទៅឲ្យរួចរឿងថាចង់ត្រឡប់ទៅស្រុកវិញនោះអានឹងដល់ពេលស្រុកយើងគេរៀបចំស្រួលបួលក៏យើងចង់ទៅនៅស្រុកយើងវិញដែរចាឲ្យកូនបានរៀនចេះដឹងអស់ទៅយើងទៅវិញក៏វាសំណុកណាចា
ទៅវិញក៏ប៉ុន្តែមិនទៅឡប់ទៅវិញបានពេលនោះបាទរហូតដល់ពេលឥឡូវនេះគូព្រោះតែច្រើនឆ្នាំបាច់ជា20ឆ្នាំទៅក៏មានអារម្មណ៍ធម្មតាអាចរស់នៅបានហើយក៏អាចបញ្ចូលខ្លួនអារម្មណ៍របស់ខ្លួននឹងចូលទៅក្នុងទំនៀមទម្លាប់គេបានហើយគេថាទំនៀមទម្លាប់គេក៏ដូចទំនៀមទម្លាប់យើងដែរឥឡូវនេះបាទអាចប្រើបានទំនៀមទម្លាប់ខ្មែរក៏បានទំនៀមទម្លាប់គេបានអាចរស់នៅបានទាំងពីរបាទ
Whether you feel pride of the legacy of Angkor or you feel ashamed and sad and painful of the legacy of the Khmer Rouge, but it will stay with you. You can't erase it, you can't forget it from your memory. But if you want to move on, which Cambodian people nowadays do, that we now think about the future, we work hard now so we could send our children to school so they would have a better future. So, but at the same time, you could see that yes, people are thinking about the future, but they cannot stop or forget about the past. Everything have to come along together to the future.
Bye.